Hello, I'm Joseph. I filmed this intro 8 times and I still don't know what I'm doing. Welcome to the video. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be discussing why I believe that Slammedenuff Gatlinburg is the best show on the East Coast, hands down. Now, I will admit, I have not been to all the major shows on the East Coast. I haven't been to Grid Life. I haven't been to Hyperfest. But, for these 4 reasons right here, I believe Slammedenuff Gatlinburg is the best event. So, without further ado, let's get into it. For me, I personally love the location. For it being up in the mountains, it's very different from other shows that I've seen. Having it nestled in a valley in the Smoky Mountains, it's just an amazing location that you really can't get anywhere else. Another thing that's really awesome about the location is driving roads to and from the event. Because I come into Gatlinburg from the east, I have to drive up and into the mountains, which makes for a really fun experience, especially if you decide to take some back roads and not take the highways the whole way. Now, when it comes down to Gatlinburg itself, the one major thing that I really like about it is the main strip. The main strip in Gatlinburg is 4 lanes, 2 going each way, with just a double yellow in the middle. But according to state law, they have crosswalks peppered throughout it, and you have to yield to pedestrians at those crosswalks. So because of that, you don't really get a whole lot of room to move around and do dumb stuff when you're in a car. But speaking about, the strip and how it is touch and go traffic, that kind of brings me to my second point, police presence. Now, the police in Gatlinburg, from what I've seen, are really chill. Unless you start doing two-step or burnouts or all that kind of stuff, they really don't care, because they know that this event brings a lot of money into the local economy. I mean, everyone's either renting an Airbnb or going out to eat or going to some of the adult beverage factories or distilleries that are nearby. Because of that, the police are a bit more lenient. And because you can't really get anywhere fast driving through the center of Gatlinburg, the cops just walk the strip to keep the peace. If you behave in Gatlinburg, you're gonna be fine. Now, the event itself is held in the Gatlinburg Convention Center. And something that's notable that I really enjoy is that it is a 2-day event. It means double the cars, because each day they have a different set of cars that park inside the convention center, which I love that. That's such an awesome idea, which also makes up for Gatlinburg not being the biggest convention center ever. It is kind of more on the smaller side, and that's just because it's a small town. The biggest town near it is Pigeon Forge, which is only a 10-minute drive away. That's also another good thing I like about the location, is that with Pigeon Forge and also Dollywood, for those of you who don't know what Dollywood is a theme park that's run by Dolly Parton, which is a very strange concept, but hey, 9 to 5 slaps, alright? So I'm not going to judge. Yeah, with the event being kind of smaller, it definitely makes it a little bit more close-knit. And again, with Pigeon Forge being so close, there's so much stuff to do in Pigeon Forge. There are enough putt-putt places and go-kart tracks to fill my 9-year-old heart with content. But speaking of the cars and the convention center and all that kind of stuff, I want to get into something that's a little bit more, I would say, personal and also not as quantifiable as some other shows, but the atmosphere. Now, for me, the atmosphere at Slammedenuff Gatlinburg is second to none, because you just go down the main strip and you'll see all these awesome stanced cars just driving down, mixed in with all these like regular commuter cars. And that weekend that they have Slammedenuff Gatlinburg, there's always some kind of football game going on or something, because you'll just see like sports fans everywhere, which are mostly like older people. And then just to see their reaction when there's like a crazy stanced 350Z with like tilty wheels out to here going down the road, just for them to see it and go like, what the hell is that? It's just awesome. Just the kind of sense of camaraderie and just being able to just go up and talk to a lot of these people. Because for me, when I was hanging out with my buddy Matt, who came up with me, we were at the Stars Cars Museum, which is another plus that you should definitely go to, because they have the only stick Dodge Daytona that was in Fast 5. Absolutely gorgeous car. But I digress. We met two guys, Will and Mario, and we were just talking to them, and Will was like, hey, I see you have a camera. I have a really nice bagged Mercedes. Do you want to come take photos? And I was like, dude, yeah, that sounds awesome. So that's what we did for the rest of the night. And sadly, he had to go back down to Georgia because of work, and I couldn't say goodbye. But I still remember that because that was such an awesome, spontaneous event that I don't know if that would happen at another event. And also because the whole thing was 2 days. But I feel like that, just the atmosphere of it just being chill and in the mountains, and it's good vibes all around, in which I don't know if I've seen that in another show since. In closing, if you haven't been to Slammedenuff Gatlinburg, I would highly recommend it. Even if you can't make it both days, at least go once. Because, again, the atmosphere, the location, I mean, it's just such a great time. And again, if you can't find something to do in Gatlinburg, you can always pop over to Pigeon Forge or go to Dollywood. There's so much to do, so much to see. You know, there's nothing wrong with taking the back streets on the way up there. But I would highly recommend to any car enthusiast that you should go to Slammedenuff Gatlinburg. Huge shout out to MC Production Garage for helping me with some of the footage. I'll make sure to link his stuff down in the description for you guys to check out. And leave a comment down below. But thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.